So, first of all, Happy New Year and congratulations to the newlywed. So, may clear na itong message ko, naka-cellphone, mahaba pa pala. Alam mo
Ay, mahaba.
Sige. Meron. So, as you embrace the next chapter of your life, may both of you conquer and smash all challenges in your married life. So, yung married life naman natin, parang roller coaster yan. So, minsan sa taas, o parang Ferris wheel minsan sa taas, minsan sa baba, pero it's more of fun. So, masaya yung married life. And then, my message to my sister is, we're all very proud of you, and we will forever treasure all the time that you've spent with us in the past, now and going forward. So, we love you very much. To Ian, you already activated the password secured by our family, and that is trust. So, nakuha mo sa amin mo. So, yung trust. Thank you for loving my sister, and we all know that both of you will take good care of each other forever. You are very much welcome to the Patuigas family. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Dahil high-tech na tayo ngayon, sinulat ko rin yung message ko sa phone ko. So, hello Ate Rina and Kuya Ian, ang aking dalawang maganda at gwapong coaches sa badminton. So, congratulations nga sa inyong dalawa. Sa wakas, after 9 years, kasal na rin kayo. I would like to wish you both good health. May you both have long, happy, and prosperous lives. I hope that your love for each other will grow stronger and deeper. Sana ang mga magiging anak nyo ay maging katulad nyo. Mabait, mapagmahal, masipag, malapit sa Diyos, at bukod sa lahat, magaling sa pagbabadminton. I wish you all the best in your married life. May God always be with you guys, and may He continue to shower you with His blessings. Tandaan niyo lang lagi na nandito ako para supportahin kayo. Keep smashing.
Hey, good evening. I'd rather speak in Bisaya, but I can't really speak in Tagalog, so I'm speaking something different. So before I say some embarrassing memories about my friend, I'll just probably give you guys a bit of background about, his life before he became a superstar. So I think I've known him for 23 years. So I know, we're showing up our age, but 23 years I know this guy, and there's actually a bigger group. So we're part of a group. I think there's 14 of us. And unfortunately, everybody's busy, and I'm the one who loves him the most, so I'm here. So, all of us are guys the same age, and we've got a lot of crazy things that we've done during childhood. And we call ourselves Marines before, like we're not part of armed forces way back then, but it was like we call ourselves like that because the way we tactically find food around neighborhoods. Like literally, if you have a mango fruit, like a guava tree around, we would know when to harvest it before the owner would know that it's the best time to harvest. So pretty much we're a group around that subdivision that you would hate us, you don't like us hanging around your house because you surely ransack the fridge and things like that. So as a normal kid, that's what we've been doing. And I've actually spoke to one of our closest friends earlier, and I said, look, they requested me to say something, and I don't want to say it just, from me. So I've asked a couple of friends to say something and to pick a story to share tonight, and probably a story that I would say 90% of the people around didn't know happened, and I think parents might be shocked as well as to what happened. So, to begin that story, probably a good 16 years ago, we used to play around riding bike and playing around the nearby river. So what we do usually is, again, we've got another nickname, we call ourselves biker mice or something like that, guys who like, ride bikes and things like that. And one afternoon, we went off and basically played this game. I couldn't find a word to define the game, but the game involves riding a bike and then driving it off a cliff at about 15 to 20 meters deep. And then you dive the bike into the water. At the same time, you just, try and escape from the rapids and everything happening. And mind you, this is the sort of, if you're familiar with Cagayan de Oro, this is the sort of river that is a cousin of the, river rafting thing. That's what some of the rapids is bad, and obviously as a young kids, we've been asked by parents not to go there at all and play. So as, young kids, we went out there and we started the game, and we've been having fun for 20 minutes and 30 minutes, and then Ian decided to say, okay, it's my turn now. And don't get me wrong, he's a really good driver, and he rides the bike really well. And unfortunately, we didn't realize that he is not a good swimmer. So he went into the bike right off, and then he was like shouting to his heart's content, and then dived the bike into the river. And then we were just standing in the cliff, and then for 20 seconds, good 25 seconds, only the bike showed up. And then, obviously there's about 6 of us, and we don't know what to do. And we started jumping. And to give you a description, the water is not like a crystal clear water. It's like, imagine a melted chocolate. That is the river. Like, it's like clearly you can't see anything. When you dive, you just pray that you can find something or you can make your way out. So 5 of us went down and we're just trying to find something, and some of us just trying to explain to ourselves, now what do we have to say to the parents that Iron's gone, I don't know what's happened. But it was a good, probably another 15 to 20 seconds before I managed to find him. So that the whole thing was, I was swimming down, and then it was really dark, and somebody just hugged me, and I just realized, like, okay, this is Ian. And probably that was the first and the last time he hugged me. It was really tight. It was like really, it was intimate. I couldn't say something to him that like, hey, stop hugging me, otherwise we'll drown to death, both of us. And for some reason, we managed to get out, but that was like a good, 15 minutes, because we were still struggling to get out, because we could go up the surface and then just breathe, and then he'll drag me down again and things like that. So that was just the story that everybody from our friends wanted to share, and I think that would give a bit of glimpse as to what Ian is all about before, and to add some fun bits, and you guys have talked about, you saw his potential basically as an athlete, and we saw that at an earlier stage. In a funny way, because we all probably know that you play basketball, you walk around, and you come across with a mob of dogs that will just chase you guys, and one day we were jogging early morning, and this guy is he's competitive. He put like 2 kilograms of weights on his ankles, and that was a total of 4 kilos, right? And then there was probably 10 of us, because we were practicing basketball, and dogs started chasing us. And believe me, it's like 5 kilometers way advance of us, even with weights on his feet. So it's pretty bad when you get chased by dogs when you're with him, because it's pretty much sure you'll be the one to get bitten. That's it. But yeah, kidding aside, Ian and Rina, I'm proud to see you here today making this big commitment, and I wish you good health. I wish you a good life. And as much as you being a good athlete and a good friend, I'm pretty sure you'll be a brilliant husband and an amazing dad, for sure. And again, for the last, another chance that I request everybody to toast. Please, I request everybody to please stand. And let's offer another toast to a wonderful and awesome couple, to the bride and the groom, and cheers.
Only to present to you the wind beneath their wings, the loving parents of the newlyweds. First, let's give a hand to the parents of of Ian. Police Chief Inspector Joel S. Mendez of the PNP, retired, and Mrs. Felicia L. Mendez. To welcome Rhea as a new member of the Mendez family, may we hear it from Police Chief Inspector Joel and Mrs. Felicia Mendez.
Mag-greet sana ako. Pero nalaman ko kay Jabo, meron pala yung sikrito. Di ba lang, ngayon lang ha, Jabo, nangyari pa siya 12 years old si Kuya. So, he is disobeying my order many times. Last disobedience of Kuya, naalala ko pala, diretso na ko. I know some of you have appointments. When I came home from duty, yung yuyo niya, yung uncle niya, takot na takot. Very pale facing me. Jo, si Ayan, masakit ang paa. So, pinuntahan ko. When I tried to touch his legs, kunti lang, aray na, hindi ito pilay. Dinala ko kaagad sa hospital, broken bones. Bakit? Disobey na naman siya. Yung bahay ng subdivision, kapabago lang namin transfer, merong tawag sa Bisaya, damba. Parang bang kahoy na aakyat ng mga pinto. Doon siya umakyat at sumigaw na Batman. Ngayon, second, fast track runner ka pala paghabulin ng aso. Then, you are now a superstar, as Japo told me na superstar na pala kayo dalawa. First of all, pabalik ako. I would like to thank all the guests, especially the good second parents of my son, Ma'am Cora, Ma'am Sir Anthony, Sir others, hindi ko nakuha ng kasi may gadget ako pero ko marunong maggamit kaya balik ako sa old standard. Walang kuha ng iPhone yan. May bigay ng iPhone sa anak ko. Marami akong mga childhood friends din andito but represented lang ng kanila mga kapatid. I'm very proud to introduce my para ng kapatid kasi yung kapatid nila. Kasi wala akong lalaking kapatid, ako lang. They think nga ako'y maging bakla kasi when I was young, I'm playing with dolls. Yeah, even when I grew up, when I was still a bachelor, I'm playing with dolls. But a real dolls. Macho. And by the way, I would like to apologize also the system. I believe andito pala tayo sa Naval Officers Club. I was here way back 1977 when I was also in the Navy. I was in a provisional lieutenant of the Philippine Marines. And I remember the serving of the food. Yung tinawag namin, inverted milk. I believe, I know nang deserve soft drinks, tapos salad. Then, the main menu. Yan ang sa amin noon dito. Una yung tubig, katapos yung saging, katapos yung ulam, pinakalas yung rice. Yan ang inverted meal. And as I go on, sana masaya. Pero anyway, masaya na tayo ngayon. Nandito tayo. I am missing my kumpadre. Also a captain who passed away last Yolanda. My good kumpare, Captain Alfredo Batuigas. And sana I would like to avoid to discuss this thing. But for me, dapat siyang igalan ko because he died a hero. He maintained our old tradition in the Navy that we have to sink with our ship. Alam ko ang position. I've been asking the son, anong position ng father mo pag nakikita mo? Humahawak siya dito sa kwarto. So take yung bridge. Alam yung bridge? Yung bridge is the first deck ng barko. Ang dali lang yung you have, it's easy to jump sa bridge. Kasi yun ang first deck. Why? Why did he choose to hold on in his room, in his cabin? So inuna niya yung mga crew niya. So sinabi ko sa anak niya, si Dante, also a PNP officer, Dong, your father died a hero. So, huwag kayong magwa. He died a hero. So with that, before shedding our tears, again, salamat na rin. Marimban, thank you for giving a brand new and beautiful daughter. And I told you, I have promised kay Padre Fred, I have promised you left with our boss, Jesus, I'll take care of your daughter. And to my son, congrats, you have found a woman like the woman I found 29 years ago. My wife. I know you'll be a very good couple. Hindi ko na kayo masyado pang pag-aralan. Why? Because when namanhikan kami last September 20, nagpunta kami sa bahay ng mga Batuigas. Nakilala ko si Padre at si Marie at lahat ng anak niya. No need to say na mag-advise sa kanila. Their family is so strong, yung relationship, maganda, yung unity as a family andon. So I am very much confident na stable na my son will be having a very, very beautiful and mabait na asawa. And to you, Rina, I assure you, I'll be the first one to walk my son. Pero I believe, my eldest son, hindi na rin kailangan ng financial advice. Siya na nga nag-advise sa akin. Siguro may pinagmanahan tong eldest son ko. Surely may pinagmanahan talaga. Imagine when he was still grade 5. And until now, parang nagkonsensya ko pero binawi ko. Babawiin ko talaga. I promise him to share my little blessing when I retire. Grade 5 yan, humingi ng pera. Pa, give me money. Bakit na? Bili ako ng racket ng badminton. Sabi ko, walang pera. Talagang wala. Talagang wala. So, a few days later, dala na niya ang badminton racket. No, a month. That was a month after. Dala na niya ang badminton racket. Oh, where did you get that badminton racket? Binili ko. Saan ka kumuha ng pera? Iniipon ko yung baon na binigay mo araw-araw. From that day on, laro siya ng laro. Laro na siya sa national, kalaro pampuo, pambansa. Hanggang yung badminton niya, kinuha siya ng University of San Jose Recoletos. He was a scholar. Then, nandun siya sa Cebu, yung mga prestigious at saka mga, what they say, mayayaman na tao doon, kilala niya. Mas kilala niya, ang anak ko, kisa ako na sa servisyo. Doon pa ako sa Cebu. Pati yung isang anak. Then, when he came to Manila, I was afraid because Manila, I was here 77 when I was in the Navy. Then 2000 when I applied for an officership in the Philippine National Police. I never liked Manila. It's like a jungle of buildings. Pagtatawid ko sila, I have to run. Ng baka to, takbo ako ng takbo sa kampo, dito tatakbo pa rin sa labas. I'd rather stay in the camp. So, many beautiful places here. Ngayon, nandito niya sa Manila, lalo siya, what I say, merong mga another group of prestigious people na nakilala niya, nakilala ko na ngayon. Thank you for all of you for supporting my son, my daughter. Na para palang anak na rin yung anak ko. And I am very proud na ganito lang anak ko, ganito lang kami. He has a circle of friends and a circle of second parents na prestigious, stable. What you say, we should always be very proud. I'm not an hypocrite. We are always proud. Ito pala yung nina mo yan. Yan sila. Oh, di ba tayo mahinga dyan? Ito, tingnan mo yung... Pasensya rin pala kayo sa preparation lang. Pero para sa akin daw ito eh. Hindi ako pwedeng kumain ng maraming fats. Tingnan yung kamay ko. So avoid fats. At saka, before I close my short message, kasi parang 15 minutes na, yung parang kapatid ko na talaga na sa Cebu, hindi nakapunta, we've been calling, but represented ng kapatid niya, nandito sa Manila, si Maricho, yung husband niya, si Engineer Mondigo. Kasi yung bahay namin sa Cebu, mga model 1940s ba yun, Cho? No? 40s. Yung nanay niya, sa kananay ko, magkaharap lang kami, anong ulam niya, maamoy namin. O, part, yung kapatid niya lalaki, nagluluto, nagbihig na naman sa mama mo ng roll. O, sige. O, part, yung mama mo, luto naman dinuguan. Oo, exchange tayo. Yun din ang style namin para kina Japo at saka Ian. We have all secrets in the past. Thank you, Japo, for informing me now. Sana itong bunso ko rin anak na lalaki, mayroong sikreto, sana mabisto na ngayon. May maglapit na sa akin na itong second son mo. I'm not too much freezy with my daughters because mababait yung mga daughters ko. Sana they will follow their kuya. Nagalibay lang yan na hindi pala pwede daw. Is it true? Give an advice. Hindi daw pwede in 1 year magsunod-sunod mag-asawa. Pero gusto ko sana mag-asawa na itong lahat ng babae ito. Para mawala-wala na rin problema ng utak ko na umuwi na madaling araw. 2 o'clock, maaga daw, 3 o'clock, kagabi. Ang advice, you sleep early because yung kuya nyo, abnormal yung activity bukas. We have a lot of things to do. Opa, si Papa tulog na 7. Gising 4. Chinek ko lahat ng rooms, hindi magsagot, lahat ng cellphone sarado. Katukin ko, mayroon ang kalagay doon sa door. Please, do not disturb. I respected it. To my sister pala, Odette, andito from Cebu. At least nakapunta. My only sister na survive, I have half sister, so short na yung speech ko na. Kasi hindi ito high-tech eh. What is in my mind, tuloy-tuloy na yun. So, once again, the Ninong, the Nina sa all guests, my pamangkin,